Son of a cigarette. We got the street legal mini bike back into the garage. This thing has been sleeping in a barn since last summer, and we've been trying to get it in the garage, and of course summer's almost over with, and we finally got it back in the garage. But we're going to try to get it registered, but first we want to get more power out of it. The biggest thing that holds this bike back was the torque converter. Torque converters will only allow an engine to rev so far, and we're going to swap it out with the clutch in the next video. In this video, we need to get more power out of the charging system. Now, for those that don't remember this bike, this is a MB200 Trailmaster from Go Power Sports. We did Go Power Sports long life tires. We also upgraded the rear shocks with their upgraded shocks. We did an exhaust, and we put one of the first 212 electric start Tillotsons on this. This was one of the first ones in America, so that's pretty cool. We did a Mikuni, actual name brand Mikuni. We did 18-pound valve springs, a billet rod, and a cam. Now, we didn't do a billet flywheel because we needed the charging system, and this is an electric start engine, so we needed to have that stock flywheel. Well, the only problem with the stock flywheel is if you rev it over 6,000 RPM or over 5,000, really, it gets unsafe pretty quick. So we're going to fix that today by installing this new charging system and CDI ignition. Now, your stock, this engine, I think I put 2 charging coils. At 4,000 RPMs, this thing is barely going to put out 3 amps, which isn't even enough to replenish your battery after electric starts. So this will put out 9 amps and even do a real hard output at idle. This will replace your ignition coil. This will send signal to the CDI box, and this will advance the timing like 7 degrees, the ignition timing, after it gets past 3,500 RPM. So that's a huge drawback with these engines, is they're a stagnant ignition timing. They can't adjust themselves where a CDI can. So that's going to be a performance increase as well. We got a flywheel that's rated at 11,000 RPM. Super nice quality flywheel, and it's got magnets all the way around on the inside. We also have a generic wiring harness. We are going to have to adapt it to fit this bike, but this will allow us to be able to have more power because of that ignition timing changing after 3,500 RPM. That's going to help out a ton. And just to have a safe flywheel for the next video when we do the clutch. So, and we will do a comparison. We'll do a top speed run, 0 to top speed with the torque converter, and then with the clutch. But for this one, we're going to pull the side cover off, and that is a generator side cover I found. I think it makes this engine look like a little bit more like a dirt bike engine. Let's get this side cover pulled off, flywheel pulled off, and start fitting this new parts on. These Performance Engineering cup washers will be on our website very soon, so look out for that. We're going to try to get the kits as cheap as possible, and also we'll sell them in individual kits, one for the side cover, one for the valve cover, and or you can buy a master kit that'll come with everything. We will announce when that's going to launch, so stay tuned to our Instagram and Facebook. This paint that you're seeing is from Eastwood. This is like a candy red, and Daniel painted this up for me. Looks freaking sweet, and this side cover is awesome. He did a little bit of silver pinstriping, but it looks awesome on this bike. We are going to do a different gas tank eventually, but for now, we like the way it is. Now, there isn't a huge weight difference in these two. I'd have to actually put them on a scale to really tell, but you can see the quality difference. I mean, this is made for higher RPMs. This is more designed like a dirt bike flywheel is. So you'll notice once we get it installed, this is extremely close to this coil, and this one is too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Dremel both these off. Just take a cutting disc, cut those off so they're flush, and this is only a 2-bolt pattern. Now you're going to run this wiring harness up through here. There is this notch right here, so it should fit perfectly right through there and be out of harm's way. Then we can put this little heat shield back on that went right there, and we can go ahead and put our flywheel on. So we got everything installed. I made 2 little L brackets to bolt the coil pack on and the voltage regulator, as well as the CDI. So CDI is mounted there, voltage regulator and ignition coil. You do have to pull the little head off of your spark plug for the spark plug boot to work. So you pull that off, it'll slip right on. So to get this thing to start, you just connect these 2 wires here, the red and the black, on the long end of the harness, and it'll run. The only problem with this is I've wired this bike with that key switch that basically completes the circuit when off. So it basically grounds out the coil pack on the stock engine. Well, that's not how you shut this engine off. So basically I'm going to have to get a different key switch or hook this up to a toggle switch that once the key's on I can flip it. But the only bad thing is it could be started without the key. So I do have to get me a new key switch. Probably a GY6 style key switch will work great on this. And then I'm having to remove the old voltage regulator. Basically, one wire goes to ground, as you can see right there. It just grounds out the voltage regulator. This red wire goes to the battery, and this probably should have a little fuse, like a 10-amp fuse in between it. But also, these 2 wires run down to the old charging coils. So what I'm going to do is cut both of these and test and find which one is which. And basically, the red wire right here is your power output. So I'll connect it in and then just basically solder one of these wires directly up to this red one. So that'll complete my loop. Alright, so everything is done. We got the bike all wired up. I went ahead and grabbed a 5-wire key switch from Go Power Sports. You can find the links to everything on this bike in the video's description, so make sure to check that out. These 5 wires will not work. These 5-wire key switches will not work with a standard ignition system, because you do have to ground out the coil. You have to use that 5-wire key on a CDI ignition because it needs a accessory on, as well as it needs to connect a circuit when the key's on. So we got that key set up, and I like it better because it's got actual, you know, it looks like a vehicle's keys instead of those lawnmower style keys that 90% of stuff fits. So that's pretty sweet. We also got in from Amazon our foam mount. So I went with this aluminum foam mount that you can tighten it up with your finger. You don't have to rely on springs to do it, and these are pretty sweet. Links will be in the description for this as well. That's going to be nice. And the battery is dead on this, so I do have to pull start it. We're going to go grab a new battery for it and stuff, but she is sweet. So we are live at 5 at 4, baby. So I hope this isn't too loud. I'm going to try to talk super soft and just whisper in your ears. So I'm going to get on the road and we'll talk at you in a minute. So hopefully you guys can see the speedo. We're doing like 30-40 mile an hour. There's 40. Let's just top her out. 43. Now what's holding this bike back right now is pretty much the torque converter. So when your belt gets at the top of the drive pulley, it goes into overdrive. You can see flat ground, 43 mile per hour, 44, 46. We're at a little bit of a slope now, but so it's not the craziest ride in the world. Don't you do it. Well, I thought he was pulling out in front of me. I would have kicked him right square in the mouth. So it's alright. You know, I'm cruising. You can hold her full bore and run 45 on flat ground, and I'm a paddy wagon. So if you weighed, I don't know, $140, if you was Lonnie's weight, shoot, this thing might scoot diddly dup it. Oh, I forgot to latch my helmet. That's unsafe. I'm gonna pull over on this road and latch it. Oh, we got turn signals. Hey. So this is full bore. You know, it's not crazy. I hope you guys can see the speedo. We topped out at 51 a while ago, by the way. So we're on just like pretty mild ground, flat. You know, nothing crazy. Cruising at like, I mean, I'm full bore. and I'm cruising at 32, which isn't horrible, better than a bicycle, but the CVT definitely is holding this bike back. It can't make its potential power because of that torque converter getting in its highest gear ratio, and it just kills it. A couple things I want to change about this bike is the foot pegs. They're really high. My knees are high. I feel like I'm setting up high on this bike. So we are going to put the stock shocks back on it, which will lower it down quite a bit in the rear. And then see, like right now I'm hitting a hill. I had it up a little faster then, but hit a hill and it got down to like 26. So, you know, and that could be because I got gravy bone disease. My bones are 50% gravy. But now she'll eat because we're about to go down a hill, baby. Woo! Get aerodynamic with it. Look at these! And now we're scooting, baby! We're hoon snorting! But, you know, it's not, I mean, that's like 47, which isn't bad. I mean, it's a freaking Chinese mini bike. So, on the next video, we're going to be slapping on a good old max torque clutch. We're going to use the factory jack shaft, and we can play around with the gearing ratio too. But in the next video, it's just comparing the clutch to basically this run, what it does today. Did not do any head work to this engine. It's got a cam in it, and I can't for the life of me remember what cam. It's got stock valves, stock rockers. Basically, see, she's pulling good right there, and then high gear, and it's like, hey, I'm done for the day, let me off, boss. So, you know, like this little stretch, it should get 45 pretty easy. But, you know, one thing we're going to be stuck with is we've got a CVT, so we're going to have to worry about blowing out a belt on a random trip, and a clutch isn't going to balk like a CVT. Clutch has that punch in the mid-range that you just can't replace. So we're going to basically put that max torque clutch on it. We like to sport old max torque. And these tires, these are go-kart tires, and they're not the most confidence inspiring around a curve. They just feel like they could wash out with you at any minute because you're on that, they're more flat, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, she's bogging right now, bogging hard, because that CVT don't like to react as fast as it should. Now it's starting to open up a little bit. I mean, I'm keeping her full bore this whole time. So it's fun though. It's not the most fun I've ever had in my life, but I like it. You know, it's all right. So the clutch, hopefully we'll be able to wind her out, and it ain't going to take off as fast, of course, but it's going to give us a higher top speed, and it won't be so sluggish in the top end. I would rather take off a little slower, of course, on a street bike, than take off fast and have it bogging like this. And you can do a shim setup to your torque converter to keep it out of overdrive, and that will yield you with a little bit more RPMs, like 500 to 1,000, probably like 1,000. But I do not have the shims, and I need to get some made. But all in all, she's pretty nice. She ain't no Hayabusa, but you know what I'm saying? And this bike is not registered, so if I was to get pulled over, I'd go to prison for the 4th time. But it's pretty fun. It does need tweaked out. You know, I'm hoping to get the clutch on it. I'm hoping that's going to make the difference that it should. You know, we'll see. We'll see if the give and take is good enough with the clutch to leave a clutch on it. You know, it just depends on how she takes off. And the future for this engine is ported milled head, putting a non-Hemi head on it, a flat top piston, and ratio rockers, probably 1.3s. And Maybe, I mean, I'll probably swap out the cam when I do that. But leave it, the flywheel the same, all that jazz. There's Ray. Hey, Ray. Hey. There's my church. There's where I go hang out with people that believe that the Lord is alive and working in our lives. But yeah, I'm curious to see also in the next video what the belt looks like. Like what kind of this hoon snorting. Ooh, I forgot to turn my signal on. But you know, I wonder if this is wearing the belt quite a bit. You know, the heat. The good thing, you can still take this off-road. It's just not got the best tires in the world for off-road, but it would still handle pretty good. It just needs a more rounded shaped tire to it. That's the biggest thing I want to get done to it. But all in all, she's alright. You know, I wouldn't call my sister in Detroit about it, but even if I had a sister in Detroit. Guys, let me know what you think about this bike. I know I could do like the shim on the torque converter, get a little bit more RPM out of it, and we could adjust like the springs and weights and everything in it. But I do believe a clutch in this on this setup is going to be the best thing to go with. So we'll try that out in the next video, see what it gets us, and let me know if you like the Moto style vlogs. I do have a good mic set up now, and I also got one for Lonnie, so we can both go on some rides. So we need to get another bike for him, and when we're just on the trail, it'd be nice to have some helmet cams, or some helmet mics. But make sure to check out all the links from Go Power Sports in the description below. There's also a bunch of links for Amazon, like where I got the gas tank at, where you can get a bunch of stuff, everything on this thing, all the parts. This is a mildly built engine. This is more like a stage 2, so no head work's going to be done. We are going to be putting a ported and milled non-Hemi head on it. We're going to do some ratio rockers, probably some 1.2s, and really make this thing push some power out, because once that clutch is on it, I know it's not going to take off super fast, but once it engages, I think we're going to get a world of a difference in power. Clutches have that mid-range punch that you cannot replace. So yeah, let me know what you think about it. What would you like to see done to this bike? I thought about doing an extended swing arm when I lower the back end. And I do want to make that seat set. It's like you're sitting on the incline, since we raised the back of the seat for that tail light. So we'll be deleting all that. I'll get a battery put on it. And if you guys like the Moto style vlogs, let me know. And maybe when I run to the parts store and stuff, we can do 1 or 2 a week and ride this little bike out. So I will go through the whole process it's going to take to get this registered, but it will be different in your state. Tennessee's pretty easy to get stuff registered. For Pete's sakes, you could probably marry your sister in Sweetwater. So yeah, check the links out below. Thank you guys for supporting us, and make sure to always come back to beautiful Redbeard's Garage. We love you, and God bless.
Yeah.